Here I am going to this job, not really happy with the mundane. Everything was always the same every day. People complain about the same stuff, and you don't see any progress. I left a 9 to 5 job, and I was 40 years old, and I had no backup plan, and I jumped in the real estate pool. So why did I get started into real estate? So I was working for a great company. We manufactured car wheels. We did about 2,000 wheels a day. Sent them out to, we're an OEM supplier. Sent them out to the manufacturer. And I had just, we had my neighbor. We just moved and met a neighbor, and he was a great guy. And I'm doing the blue collar manager lifestyle, going to work from, leave my house at 5:30 a.m. and get home maybe 4 p.m. And then I'd see this guy, my neighbor, Carlos, and man, he seemed like he's always smiling. He just always had a smile on his face. He dressed nice. I'm wearing, a polo shirt and, some Dickies and safety boots. That's my everyday uniform. Here I am going to this 9 to 5 job, not really happy with the mundane. Everything was always the same every day. It's the same thing, same problems. People complain about the same stuff, and just you don't see any progress. And I know I capped out as far as position wise in the job, so it wasn't like I was going to grow any further. There wasn't no room for me to go up. And then I see my neighbor Carlos, and I'm like, this guy dresses nice. He's always smiling. I want to do what job he has. So at that time, I was just a hobby photographer. I had a nice camera. I had a Nikon. So I'd go take pictures of car shows and stuff, and my kids playing soccer. And then then Carlos asked me one time, "Hey man, you want to go do photos for a listing of mine?" I'm like, all right, cool. So I go do the listing photos. I learned a lot. I studied a lot about how to do listing photos. Got started doing photography for him. And then after a while, he showed me. He's like, "Hey man, take a look at this. Remember that house you did on the north side of Jacksonville?" And then yeah. Well, I sold it for this much, and this is my commission check. And they bought a house down in South Jacksonville, and this is how much I got. I'm like, wait a second. So he just made $20K in a matter of a short time. And here I am, doing photos for him for $100 or whatever, $150 for photos. It's like, wow, I am not doing the right business here. So after that, I was like, okay, let me get my real estate license. And at the same time, we had this big restructuring going on in my company. And I'm the kind of person, I won't quit a job. So, even though the times were getting a little rough with the restructuring and everything, I still stuck it out. And our company got bought out, and they're like, hey, when we get bought out, do you want to jump on board the new company? I'm like, you know what? This is a sign. This is my sign to get out of this business. And so I was like, nope, you don't need to renew I will go down with the ship, with the company I started with. And since it's finishing, that's where I'm finishing at. I'm not changing sides. So when the whole structure went through, I was let go. And I was like, well, this is my moment. Time to jump into real estate. And I didn't know that real estate was a commission job. Number one, that was a big problem. Number one, I didn't know real estate was a commission job. So I'm not even thinking about it. I'm not even thinking about the money side of it. I'm just like, I'll give it a try. So I didn't know it was commission. And then, so sure, I got some severance package, all that. And not having a paycheck come in, that hit me hard. Because then all of a sudden, all the regular bills are coming through, everything coming through, and I'm starting this real estate career, and I gotta, take care of my family, wife, 3 kids, gotta pay the mortgage, pay car insurance, everything. And so my little severance package is just going fast. It's just going. Mind you, I didn't know what to do in real estate. So I'm showing up at the office. I'm used to this 9 to 5 job, so I'm showing up at the real estate office, try to be 6:30 in the morning, and no one shows up. No one's there. And oh my goodness. Luckily, I had a little bit of training from the Ignite class, the Keller Williams Ignite class. And so I'm like, okay, they said, call everyone on your phone. If you got nothing to do, call everyone on your phone. So I started just calling, reaching out to people, texting them, hitting people up. Yes, it was very uncomfortable. Hitting people up like, hey, I know I haven't talked to you in like 2 years. What you doing, man? By the way, did I tell you I do real estate now? Yeah. So if you know anyone who would like to buy, sell, or invest, please send them my way. I'd be happy to take care of anybody you got. And that was just, I had to keep practicing the LP Mama script from Keller Williams and did the scripts and role play in the office. And I just looked around in the office for who are the top people and saying, I can do what they're doing. And so as I got started and I did the classes and I did everything, but still nothing was really, going through. And that's when, my neighbor Carlos that was at the same office, like, hey man, you can join my team. And so I joined his team because I'm like, he's successful, so let me just learn from him. Again, I don't know what the whole team structure is like. I don't know anything. I just trust people. I trust that people will take care of me like I take care of them. And so I do this. I joined Carlos's team, RP Home Group. They're located in Orange Park, Florida. And Carlos, at that time we had admin Sherry, and there's another guy on our team, Barry, and it was good. Carlos taught me a lot. He would show up to the office so I could show up, but I remember sometimes I felt with Carlos, man, this guy was he could really show you what to do. But other times he'd treat you like in that movie, the 300, I'm like, hey man, what do I do? He pretty much just push you off the cliff, say, hey, you got to figure it out. He's not going to handhold you the whole way. You got to do your own research. You got to be kind of self-motivated because I didn't get it at the time, but it was really helpful for him to make sure I learned how to do stuff on my own, be independent. Because otherwise you can't succeed in real estate if you're dependent on other people. If you're dependent on some other agent to get you a deal or whatever, send you a lead or something, then you're going to be stuck in that position forever depending on other people. And so thanks to Carlos, I was able to gain skills and be able to start doing stuff on my own. And another note was at the Keller Williams office, they had, the other agents teach other agents, which is great. People who are been in the business a little bit longer will pass down knowledge they have. And then another agent in the office, Steve Judd, he taught an agent financials class, which is really good because then I finally looked at my commission check. I didn't understand the whole commission structure. I really didn't. I just knew I got my check. Keller Williams took some money. Carlos took some money. The RP Home Group took some money. So I'm like, okay, I just thought this is how it is, But then when Steve helped me break down the check, I'm like, wait a second. So because of my lead generation, I've been able to bring in some deals. Yes, I got some great Zillow leads from Carlos, but man, if I would have focused on my own deals, I would have made same amount of money. So I started doing the math, okay, I think it's time. I learned enough. I learned what I needed to do from Carlos. So now it's time for me to go out my own and make sure I make my own money. So I left the team. Carlos and I are still friends today, so it wasn't it was a little rough in the beginning, to be transparent, but we're still friends today. We still talk, chop it up. He's a great guy. I totally respect everything he does. But learning about how much money the office will take and a team will take, and if you're very self-motivated and you can do things on your own, you might not need a team. Now, you might need it in the beginning, just to get yourself going, get some business coming in, because you do need money coming in to survive and pay your bills, pay your rent, whatever, so you can eat too. But make sure you check the numbers, because you don't want to end up, just you being what they might call a rainmaker, where you start bringing in a bunch of deals and you automatically just giving half away to your team, giving half of your commission away to the team. So when I left and I did start on my own, I looked around and I remember people were talking about this other guy in my office named John Brooks, saying, "Oh man, that guy is such a cheater. He buys leads from Zillow. That's not the right way to do it. You should do through your sphere. You do this." I'm like, well, he's top of the office, and he's buying leads from Zillow, so I should probably just follow him. So I started seeing what he does. I listened to things that they would talk about what he's doing. All right, let me check out the Zillow thing, and sure enough, I've get my credit card out, swipe it basically with Zillow, and set myself in my zip code to start getting leads, and I start taking off. At that time, it was a little more affordable than it is now. But the issue was I always pick up my phone. And so then with Zillow, I trained myself to be ready for a Zillow call from 8 a.m. to about 7 p.m. because that's the range I had for Zillow to call me. And I had to be up and ready to go because you never know when someone from Zillow will call you, and you got to be out the door to go show a house. Because Zillow, I mean, we're all people, but sometimes if you're on Zillow and you click the thing like find out more information, you really want more information now, and you probably want to go see the house now. So you don't want to sit there and wait for an agent to say, hey, it's Monday, yeah, can we check out a house on Thursday? That Zillow person most likely be like, sure. And then they'll go ahead and call someone else because they want to see the house now. So Zillow, I was out the door, answering my phone all the time. No matter what, I would answer my phone because the Zillow call was a money call. And you can't sit there and skip a Zillow call because you're paying it. You're paying for that lead. I think at the time, the most I was probably paying in 1 month to Zillow was $5,000. And so if you're getting 10 leads, that's $500 a lead. You can't sit there and skip the call and say, I'll get it next time. Because that could be the one person who wants to buy a $600K house. Yeah, granted, there could be also a person who wants to buy a $150K condo, but you just don't know. So you always got to answer that call. And so I did that for about a good 2 years of nonstop Zillow, and just made me go. It made me keep going and going. Made me pick up my phone for every phone call I picked up. And yes, it's very tiring. Yes, you gotta you might be at dinner with family. I gotta take the Zillow call. But if you don't do that, if you don't set that grind level of, answering your phone every time as a real estate agent, things won't work out. You're not going to make it. And even as an investor with a website and all that stuff, I still pick up my phone call. Now, nowadays, the phone calls are different. Now it's more of wholesalers, people trying to solicit me for insurance, selling leads to me or something like that, whatever. But I still pick up my phone all the time because you have to. You really do. So I did Zillow for a while, and that really helped me propel my business because then I got people that I never would have met. I got a lot of clients. Some of them are great friends today. Got a lot of referrals off of that too. So, that was the catalyst, was doing the team, getting the training. The catalyst, the start points are doing the training in the beginning, joining a team, gaining my own skills, then going independent and finding a way to generate leads. So if you're in real estate today and you're stuck, you might want to reach out to a mentor or reach out to someone, a senior agent, and say, hey, just help me, guide me through this. And you might want to offer them, hey, maybe for the next 5 deals, can you coach me? And maybe do some sort of referral program with them. So that way they don't feel like they're wasting time with you. And if you pay for a coach, you will do a lot more. I believe if you pay for a coach, you'll put a lot more effort into it. If you don't have a coach, most likely you're not going to put much effort into it. If you don't pay for the coach, most likely you're not going to put much effort. You'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. But it's like one of those things, like if you pay for the gym, either you're going to go or you're okay with paying, $40 a month and just losing money. So I highly suggest if you're starting right now in real estate or you're feeling stuck, find someone who's doing better than you, and then ask them what to do. Then make some arrangement, because you don't want to wait. Again, if you just need that one tip right now, yeah, of course you don't got to pay anybody. But if you're looking for something like I need something steady, I need someone to help push me, I need a mentor, a coach, whatever. Reach out to someone who's been in the business longer than you. Or if you got cash, try to buy some leads. You didn't hear from me, or if you got cash, try to buy some leads. Just because, that could be you just need phone calls coming in. You need somebody coming in. There's always going to be active buyers around. However, the lead prices are so expensive, so you better maximize every phone call and every connection. Don't waste it. And the last thing I'll say is don't be at home. Yes, real estate's a work from home job, but if you're looking for business, get outside, go to your Panera, Starbucks, local coffee shop, whatever, sit there and work. Go do open house with people during evening hours. You have to be outside your house to make contact with people. This is a sport that, for me, I had to be directly in front of people. I wasn't going to win people over the phone call. I kind of do on Zillow, but that's why I'll never go back to Zillow. That's why I had to run and meet people. Because my phone skills were, good, but not the best. But I knew once I met the person, I can decide whether I want to work with them or not And most likely I could develop a rapport with that person and make them my client. But if you're stuck at home, or if you're sitting at home saying, trying to figure stuff out, looking on the internet, looking for the next YouTube video to motivate you or whatever, go do that at Starbucks. Go get out of the house, because you won't get any business if you sit at home. And that's my personal opinion, but it's hard. It's hard if you just stay at home trying to wait for the business to come. Go out there and meet people face to face. When you go get your Starbucks, don't do the mobile order. Go inside. When you go to the gas station, go inside to get a drink or something. Just say hello to people. There's so many little things I did that helped me out. I even got a deal from. I remember one client. I got one client. It was turned into. How much did I get? I sold her house for $500,000, and I got this client because of one simple thing I did. One simple thing. I had my license plate I changed from a standard Florida license plate to a Marine Corps license plate. And that thing sparked a conversation at a gas station saying, "Oh, you're the Marines?" Like, yeah. I looked at her car. She had a Navy sticker. Started talking. Next thing you know, she's like, "Yeah, well, at some point I might want to sell." I stayed in contact, got her number, stayed in contact with her. And then 3 months later, I'm selling her house. So that one little thing, a little license plate, you just don't know. So if you're alumni for a school or something, put it on your license plate. Because those little things, all you need is one conversation in real estate to make money. And if you're genuine and you want to help people out, that conversation can turn into friendships, can turn into referrals, can turn into where you become that source for that people, where you become that source for that person, where they continue to look for you in the future because you were so great to them in the past, and you make that connection. So don't sleep on it. Make sure you go out there. Don't over tag your car, but hey, you never know. Put some, whatever your hobbies are, put something on your car. If you got a car, if you're living in some big city, I don't know. But if you got a car, your license plate should not be a standard state license plate. It should be something identified to create a conversation. And if you can't do that, put a sticker or something on the back of your car. Something not controversial, something that that can bring a connection with you and someone else who sees it. Says, "Oh, I went to that school," or "Hey, I like that football team," or "Hey, I like that baseball team," or you know about Savannah Bananas, something. So you want to build that connection, and that's just easy. So again, let's just recap real quick. If I'm starting real estate, I'm out of the house talking to everyone. I'm gonna change my license plate or put some sort of decal on my car so I can identify with other people. So that way it can be a conversation starter. I will, reach out to a mentor if I need help. If I need coaching, I'll reach out to a coach or a mentor. And if I got the cash flow, I'll buy some Zillow leads or Realtor.com, some kind of lead source, but some sort of established lead source. Do not go for these people that call you and say they'll offer you leads and whatever. Go for an established lead source. And if you don't know any, look on YouTube or ask someone in your office who's buying leads. Because do not buy leads from an unestablished lead source, because all they're going to do is sell you some junk lead that will lead to nowhere. And always make sure you pick up your phone. Always make sure you pick up your phone. And if you got no one else to call, always make sure you pick up your phone. And if you got, last thing I'd say, dude, if you haven't done already, call everyone on your phone. Call or text them. Facebook message people. Make sure you post that you're a real estate agent. Make sure you go do house tours. Show a little quick videos like, "Hey, look at this house I'm looking at." Just so you can create a conversation with people on your social media, people in your media network, and then let them know that you're a real estate agent. Hey, who do you know that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? And that will be the game changer for you. That will help you out in this business. So get out there, because that's what I'm doing. And I still do this day. So don't think you're alone. Yeah, get out there, handle your business, and make a contact with somebody today. My goal is to go out there and make at least 10 solid contacts a week. Now, you might have tons of conversations, but who's 10 solid contacts a week that you can add to your database who will be future business in the future? For each contact, probably have 20 to 30 conversations to get that one solid contact. So your goal should be try to get 10 contacts this week. And you don't know what kind of business that will lead to. Because I still remember when I first got into real estate, they said out of every 100 people 3 people will do a real estate transaction this year. So I'm like, okay, so I got to meet at least 100 people, because 3 of them are going to do real estate transactions a year. And if I can do that, I can do that weekly. If I can do it daily, that'd be great. But if I can do that weekly, that is a solid thing, because then that could be a possibility. 50 deals done that year. And then it just snowballs going forward. Snowballs. And if you can't believe you can do it, the biggest secret I didn't tell you about my real estate journey and when I started at 40 years old. Left my 9-to-5 job. My family depended on me. My whole family depended on me. My mom depended on, and I had no backup plan. And I jumped in the real estate pool. I know 100% you can do it. So get out there, hustle, make it happen. There's no excuse why any of us should fail in this business. The only excuse we have is that we didn't try. So get out there, put your best effort in, and go for it. Thanks so much. Talk to you later.